First and foremost, I want to congratulate everyone to making it to the last section of the guide. Here is section 5, and we're going to go over gear and items in one screen together. For your items, you're going to want to bring 9 Saradomin brews, 5 Super Restores, 1 Magic Potion, 1 Ranging Potion, 2 Sharks, 1 Quick Telly Out. I use the Crystal Seed Teleport to Lieta. Your same ranging gear from section 4, so you don't have to change out of any gear. And in your inventory, you're going to want to bring the following swaps: the Trident of the Swamp, your Void Helmet, your Occult Necklace, your God Cape, your Mage Book, or your Book of Darkness. And I brought the Ring of Suffering because mine is imbued, and that gives really good defense bonus. But if yours is not imbued, don't bring it because the Ring of Suffering is not effective against the final boss. Also, take what you are bringing with you at your own risk, as I'm pretty sure this final fight is an instance boss. When you are all geared up and ready to go and your inventory and your gear setup looks something similar to mine, we can leave Lieta and head up to the Underground Pass. Once you're here at the dungeon, make your way inside, and instead of going into the crevice or anything, you're going to want to go down this well. This is going to drop you pretty close to the boss fight. After this, you're going to want to go through these big doors and then follow the path I take to get to the battle area. When you go through this crevice, you're going to be on the battlefield, but the battle isn't going to have started yet. So don't worry about brewing up here yet. Walk over into the main base and talk to Braxton. Go through all the dialogue with Braxton, and he's going to tell you to talk to Elena before the battle starts. Talk to Elena here, and she's going to have you put down some extra defense measures before the siege begins. So that's why you needed 1 open inventory space so you could take the potions she's about to give you. Once you get the potions, exit the base and find these little holes that are directly south of the base. You're going to want to put a potion in each one of the holes you find, and there should be 7 holes. After you put all the potion into their holes, go ahead and go back and talk to Elena. Just get through the convo with her at whatever cost and just answer whatever. I don't think it's that relevant. And then when you're done talking to her, go over and talk to Braxton, and he's going to ask you if you're ready to begin the final fight. Now, the final fight comes in 3 stages, and you don't have to complete all the stages at once. You can complete the first 2 and then teleport out and come back and finish another stage. And that's what I ended up doing. So if you want to do that as well, I would highly suggest it. For this first stage, you're going to get sieged by the enemy. The way this is going to go is you're going to try and guard the gate for 4 minutes. Basically, what you want to do is you want to aggro all the enemies so they're attacking you and not the gate. because it's better for you to use your supplies and go get more later than it is to lose health on the gate and fail the challenge. So as we're going in here, I have my range stuff equipped, and I'm going to pray from range, and I'm not even going to use my offensive prayer because it doesn't really matter, and I'm just going to start tagging all the minions. Basically, my job here is to just get all the minions on me and not attacking the gate. You can then sit like this for 4 minutes. This part isn't really that difficult. I'm wearing Void, which has basically no defense, and I didn't really even take that much damage. Also, while we're just hanging out here, I'm going to explain the mechanics of the next stage so you can go into the next stage prepared. After this stage, you're going to fight the main bad guy, and he attacks with melee. So what you're going to want to do going into that stage is pray against melee and put Eagle Eye on. He only has 2 other attacks. One of them is a stat drainer, which you can avoid, so don't worry about it. The other one is a ranged attack. The ranged attack always follows the stun on you. When he goes to stun you, prayer flick to range, protect from range, and you'll always dodge his attack and take no damage. If you don't, you can get hit anywhere from 17 to 40. As you can see, I made it to the end with plenty of barrier health left, but regardless, they're going to break through and trigger the second stage of the boss battle. So here we are going into the next fight. Brew up if you need to, and put your Protect from Melee on and your Eagle Eye or Rigor, and go to town on him. He only has 300 HP, so it's really not that bad of a fight. And remember, if he goes to stun you, flick to Protect from range, because he's about to hit you with a range attack. As you can see, I defeated him pretty easily, and that's going to trigger stage 3 of the final boss fight. On this stage, you can only use magic against the boss because it's the only attack style that will do damage, and that is why we brought the mage switches. As you can see, you're talking to the final boss and she's getting angrier and she's about to attack you. Go ahead and put on Protect from range, but what I would suggest most is tellying out at this point and going back to Lieta, re-gearing up and getting a lot more Cerebrews and getting rid of your range gear and putting on all your mage gear, and then coming back to finish this part of the quest. Now that I've done that, you can go ahead and see the fight that I'm going to have with the final boss. I'm going to go ahead and explain all the mechanics. They are pretty simple, but one of them is a little dangerous, so it's worth explaining. So in the fight, you're going to want to protect from range because she only really does range damage. We're going to call this phase 1, which is her auto attack phase. Phase 2 is her clone phase, as you can see on screen now. She cloned herself. Go ahead and attack the clones that appear, and eventually her true self will come back and you're able to DPS her again. After stage 2, there's stage 3 usually. She's going to try and teleport you near her, And then she's going to try and spin on you with this melee attack that can hit small numbers but in rapid succession, so they build up. The stage you just saw there was stage 4, and that was her healing stage. She's going to summon these small crystals around her that heal her every second. Go ahead and instantly kill them because they're going to out heal your DPS. So it's much more worth it to kill the crystals right away than it is to keep DPSing. After the healing phase comes the most important part of her phases, and that is her one-shot phase. She has an unavoidable attack that hits for 98% of your current level's HP. So, for instance, I'm 99 HP, so she hits me for like 96s, and it's guaranteed. You cannot dodge it with any Protect Prayer. The way you're going to avoid this is after the healing phase, you're going to brew up with Sarah's above your max current level's HP. That way, you never get one shot. After that, just restore back up and then start attacking the boss again. And then just rinse and repeat all those mechanics. It's actually a pretty simple boss fight. The only difficult thing can be that if you're running low on supplies from the previous stages and you didn't bank, you might have to tally out. So that's why I would suggest just tallying out preemptively before you even start the fight, and then coming back with a full inventory of supplies. I'm going to go ahead and let the rest of the boss fight play out so you can see how it ends, and then I'll come back and talk when the quest is over. As you can see here, I defeated her on my first try. It was a pretty simple fight. This is going to trigger a cutscene, and then this cutscene is going to trigger another cutscene. Just spam through these cutscenes and their dialogue. They're not that important. And after this, you will be given access to the new city. As you enter the new city, you will have finished the quest. Congratulations for the 20,000 XP you got and all the skills that were required for this quest, as well as the 4 quest points you acquired. Hopefully you were able to get that quest cape back. I know I was. Also, I want to take a moment to ask you guys to please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this guide. I've been up for the last 30 hours since the release of this quest, so I could make this quest guide so you guys could get it as fast as possible. So I would really appreciate any support on the video. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!